Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we're joined with Maike from Namibia, who's going to be telling us about her au pair adventure in the States. How are you doing, Maike?
Hi, I'm doing very well, thank you.
Great, thanks. I was hoping you could tell us where you're currently au pairing and how many host kids you have.
So currently I'm in New Jersey, Berkeley Heights, and I'm looking after twins, boys. They're age 6.
6-year-old twins, that's great.
Yes.
How does your life differ in New Jersey than what it would back home?
Oh wow. Everything is crazy right now because of the whole pandemic. So
Yes.
it's not very. I can't relate because I wasn't in a pandemic back home. But it's definitely a lot different. The weather is one of the big things. I mean, I come from semi-desert, and then
Yes.
here it's like trees everywhere, and a lot of things are the same. Like my host family is amazing, and the previous au pair was South African, so they do know a bit of the culture and the food and so on. So that's really cool. But yeah, it's a lot different, but I love it.
Oh, that's exciting. How long have you been au pairing now?
I think I marked like 3.5 months. I think I'm not sure. I'm not exactly counting, but yeah,
Okay.
3 months and weeks. I'm not sure.
Okay, cool. And have you experienced any culture shock or homesickness yet?
I definitely did in the beginning. It hit me the first week. Actually, the first night it hit me quite hard. And then the first week, it was bad, but I had my parents to talk to me, and my friends and everyone was really there for me during that time.
Yes.
And also my au pair friends that I made on the flight and everything. Like we could relate so much, so we would call each other. And yeah, so I did definitely witness that.
Okay. No, I think it's expected when you go over and
Yes.
it does hit you, yeah,
Yeah.
from your family. What is your favorite American food so far? Have you got to try a whole lot of things?
Oh my goodness, this is the best question ever. I also ask this to everyone because I want their favorites so I can try them. I have a new found obsession for Ben and Jerry's, the ice cream, because we don't get that back home. So I've tried 8 flavors so far, and I love all of them, like every single one. You try it and it's like, oh my goodness, this one is even better than the previous one. So I've tried 8 of them. I
Okay.
love them. But then I also like all the candies that you don't get back home, or like we don't get them in Namibia. And then obviously Starbucks, because we don't get
Okay.
Starbucks back home. What else? Oh, I just love all the food. Like everything is so good. There are a few things that I'm like, mac and cheese from a packet. No, thank you. But the rest of the things, like most of the food, I love it. I don't know. Do you know Uncrustables? Those are also really, really amazing. This is little
Okay.
breads, and then they're filled with either peanut butter or peanut butter jelly, and then you just pop them in the oven for like 5 minutes, and then it's a toast, like a round one,
Okay.
like this big, and then it has like this really nice peanut butter center. It's amazing.
Sounds like you have quite a sweet tooth with all your
Yes.
berries and
Yeah.
candies.
Yeah, very. But also the fruits are really nice. Like the cherries are all the way from California, and they have Jersey corn and Jersey tomatoes and the veggies. And yeah, it's really nice.
Cool. And have you picked up any new American phrases or words that you had never heard before, but now you hear it all the time?
Yeah. Yesterday actually I thought about it, and something they say is they don't say it's a pleasure. They do say it, but they say you're very welcome. You're very welcome. And I haven't heard that before, like when I was back home. You say, oh, you're welcome, or it's a pleasure, or it's no problem, but they say you're very welcome. And it's so
Yes.
cute. The Americans are very friendly.
No,
So,
they are.
yeah.
I'm glad that you've adjusted pretty well. Do you feel well supported that side with Au Pair Care, our partners? Do you feel well
Yes,
with Au Pair Care and all the program benefits that are put into place for you that side?
yeah. My area director is amazing. She literally you can call her anytime to ask her something. Like the other day I had questions about, because we can't go to any physical courses because
Okay.
of the pandemic, so we can do a few online courses. So then I had a question about an online course that I did, and I just texted her like on a Sunday night, and she replied me the next day. And yeah, so the area directors really support us. um yeah, I feel. And also yeah,
And then
I
the
don't know.
medical insurance that's also put into place for you, so you don't really have to worry about
Yeah,
to an
that is
accident
also,
or
it's a really great. I printed out my cards and everything. I touch wood haven't needed it yet,
yeah, touch wood.
but yeah, I have all those things in place as well.
Okay, nice. And how did you find the application process when you wanted to first apply? Was it stressful?
For
Did you breeze
for OPK,
or OVC? Your first
it was
application.
slightly stressful, yes. Oh, the first one? Oh my goodness, it was so long ago. I think it was 2018, because that's for how long I've wanted to do this. So I don't really remember that well. I think it was not that stressful, but the whole process of getting your information online, and that, I remember that was super stressful because it was just so many things you had to gather. But the
Okay.
application itself, I'm not sure. I can't remember.
No, that's okay. And when you were interviewing with host families, if you can remember that far back, what were some important questions that you were asking them?
I have a whole list. I still have the list because some of my OPA friends ask me the same
Yes.
things, and I'm just looking at the list now on my phone. I asked a few questions like diet, like what do they eat? If they're vegetarians, that's not gonna work. I mean, I'm from Africa. We eat a lot of meat there. I asked about pets.
Mhm.
I asked obviously the kids, the ages of the kids. I also, like in the second interview, I would like also ask where I would be staying. Would I be staying like in a room, like inside the house or outside on a little flat or whatever they call them?
Okay.
I asked things like what is the way they discipline their children, so I know how will I manage with them, if that makes sense. If they have any special ways. Um, then I have to think. It was so long ago. Um, yeah, I used to ask about the area a bit, like how far is the closest shops, or is it safe? Which it is, obviously. It's America. Um, then what's their favorite things to do as a family? On
Mm-hmm.
weekends, do they go out and hike? Which most Americans do. They love it. Not right now, sadly. So I can't get into that
Yes.
yet. But yeah, most what, like just what they do in their free time as well. Because and also one of the most important questions was, am I going to be more like a worker to them, or would they want more like a family member type
Okay.
relationship, if that makes sense?
Yes.
That's one of the most important questions I used to ask, which all of them said no, they want me to be included in the family and do things with them after hours and on weekends and go with them. So yeah, those are the main ones I can remember now.
Yes. And one of your questions you asked if you were inside the house or on like a little apartment on the property. Now, what is your living conditions? Are you in the house, and how did you adjust to living in someone else's house?
So I am in the house, yeah, currently. My room is between my two boys' rooms. So it's quite cool. And then we share a bathroom.
Okay.
So I don't know, it's the house is in layers. So we're on the top, and then just one layer down, it's the parents. So I feel so comfortable here. I'm so welcome. And it's obviously you have to adapt to it. It's not your house, it's not your room. You have to get used to everything. In the beginning, you like not scared, but you're like, can I like use this, or can I eat
Okay.
this, or is this like something that was so funny to me that I've never ever thought I would like be would have to ask is like, is this plate microwave safe? Can I put this in the microwave? Can I do this? Can I do that? It's like really small things that you never thought about, because back home you're used to your plates and what you do with them, and then here
Yes.
it's just like all these different things. and sometimes you don't know how something works, and then you have to ask a lot of questions, because then it's not your comfort bubble, so you first have to like get used to everything. But yeah, I settled in really well, and I feel really welcome and included.
Oh, that's good. And then what are some activities that you do with your host kids? Whether it's draw chalk on the sidewalk or ride their bikes or little arts and crafts, what do you normally do?
During the day, in the mornings, they have school, like online school, so I have to just help them with that and get them set up and assist them if they need help. And then after that, they love playing with their trains. They have these electronic trains on the tracks. They love playing with those. So if they're not playing with those, I try to get them outside. We swing. They have a swinging, like a whole, I don't know what's the English word now, that they can climb on.
Like a jungle.
Yeah, like a swing set. Yeah, like a jungle. And they also have a bouncy house. They go onto that a lot. They love that thing. And we go for walks, just like around the neighborhood. They take their little stuffed animals with, or we went for a cycle the other day. We paint a lot. We baked on Friday. We baked chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, so we do a lot of fun things.
Okay, cool. And earlier on, you mentioned that you weren't able to do those weekend away au pair classes.
Yeah, not yet. I don't know if they will still ever be.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you planning to do to get your credits?
So I've already earned 6-hour credits because I had a online baking yesterday. It was pretty fun. We baked some sweet bread, so that earned me 3 hours, the physical online thing, and then we still have an assignment which is also going to count for 3 hours. But yeah, I still have 54 hours to go. So I'm not sure, because right now it's very limited, the online classes that you can take.
Yes.
So I'm not sure if I'm gonna fill all my hours with those online classes, or if I'm gonna maybe wait a bit and see if things start to open up and if I could go to a physical course. I'm not sure yet. It's very confusing and different than what I expected.
The confusing time that we're in at the moment, I feel like everyone has to adjust and just go with it at the moment. Yeah.
Yep.
I haven't been there for that long, and then with the outbreak and everything, have you got to do any traveling at all in the States so far?
No, not really. So I'm really, really lucky, because when we had the training at OPK in New York, it was not that bad yet, so we could at least do the city tour still. So I'm really, really thankful for that. So I at least had the opportunity to see New York City, Times Square, those types of things. Other than that, not a lot of traveling, because I mean, you're not really allowed to go out. So yeah, very limited, sadly. But I hope, because I've only been here for not that long, so I hope that it kind of gets over fast, so I can catch up on all the traveling I've missed. But we don't know.
Hopefully. And then what are some places that are on your list of have to go tos in the States?
Obviously Hawaii. I want to go to Hawaii so badly. And then the others, I haven't even really thought about that yet, but I don't know. Anyway, because everything is new, so wherever you go, even if you just like drive an hour away from here, everything is new. So that's really cool. But I definitely want to go to Hawaii, and then maybe definitely the beach somewhere, like not like on an island, but like in America, maybe like Florida or something. That would be really cool. And Washington would also be really interesting to go to. Yeah.
So you got
for now, I'm not even thinking about that.
No, sadly.
Yeah,
that's okay. What does your day-to-day routine look like within your host family?
So I wake up, and then some mornings I go for a jog before I start work, or not. Then I get ready. So I'm ready by 8. So I'm usually before 8, I'm already in the kitchen, everything. Then I make them breakfast and their milk and so on. Then they come down. Usually the one is up before the other one. So he like watches a bit of TV, and then at 8:30, depends on how the day is, 8:30 or 9, we go up to wake the second twin. Then they get dressed, they brush their teeth, they go down, then they finish eating breakfast, and then round about, depends when we start, but around about 9 to 9:30, we start with schoolwork because it's all online. So they have these tablets, and then they have to go into Google Classroom and do all the schoolwork. It takes about, depending on how much assignments they get, like 3 to 3.5 hours. So from 9 till 12 or 9 to 12:30 they do schoolwork. Then I prepare their lunch for them, and while I do their lunch, they're playing with their trains or with their Legos. Then we have lunch together, and then depending on the weather, that's also one thing that plays a big role.
Yes.
If it's really good weather, we go outside. We're not in the house at all. From 1 to 5, we try to be outside and like come in for some breaks. Or if the weather allows it, we go outside from 1 to 5, because then it's like free time, play time for them. And if not, then they just play inside. We paint, or they play with their trains or play with their Legos.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that sounds fun. And then do you keep in contact with other au pairs in your area and in your cluster? You guys keep reach out, chat to one another, and just as a support system that you have?
Yeah, I have a lot of au pair friends that I've made over the last few months. Like even Anne, I think you know her. You interviewed her as well. Yeah, I have a contact with her. And then a few au pairs in my area. Right now we can't meet or like meet up as much as we would like to. So we try to just like keep in touch and just once a week at least chat a bit. Then I have another au pair friend back in Texas. Me and her still have contact. So I have a lot of au pair friends that are there for me, and I'm there for them. If they ever need me, like my one friend needed me the other day, and she just called me, and I have a nice cluster of au pairs that are there for each other.
No, that's sweet. No, that's very good. What advice would you give to other au pairs that are looking to sign up for the program?
Oh wow. Like you have to have an expectation of how it's gonna be, but you have to also accept that expectation could be changed a lot. Like that was the case with me. Like I wanted to au pair since 2018, so it was like a fixed thing for me. And obviously you hear other au pairs au pairing and what they did and how it is, and so I made this image of how it's going to be. And then I came here, and then it was locked down, and then everything I imagined it to be like changed, because now I can't really go out, I can't really explore, I can't really make friends. So you have to have a vision of how you think it's going to be, but don't be too surprised if it changes. Also within your family, you'll always like think or imagine you want it to be like this and this and this, and then you come there, so you have to deal with a lot of changes. And also they come very sudden sometimes, so you just have to be very open-minded and just understand and remember that it's a cultural exchange, so a lot of things might be different, and just stay open-minded, then you'll be fine.
I like that. And what do you normally do in your free time when you're not with your boys?
In my free time, I'm sometimes with my boys as well. Like last night, we had a little movie night, so I spent some time with them watching a movie. Or I'm in my room, not that often, but because of the time difference. On Saturdays and Sundays, I try to catch up with my family back home, because of the time difference. It's just easier to chat when I have the whole day free, because then, so I catch up with them, which is usually like 1 hour per family member, which is really fun. And so my friends, or I love being active, so going for jogs or cycles, or I spend a lot of my time with my host family as well, which is really fun. So I'm just at home because you can't do a lot. Sometimes occasionally, like Saturday, me and my host mom went to the shop. So that was really exciting, getting out of the house to go shop. But yeah, just just chilling and
Yeah.
relaxing and gathering some energy.
Yeah, I'm sure. With twin boys, I'm sure you have to keep them entertained and going quite often. And,
Yeah.
you know. What are your plans for when you go back home to Namibia?
Yeah, so for now I'm not sure because no one knows how everything is gonna change. But my plan is for now going back home and then just spending some time with my family because I haven't seen them like for a year then.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, I might move to Europe. So yeah, it's very that's most probably what I'll be doing for now.
Yes.
Finishing the program, going back home, spending some time with my family and friends, and then either moving to Europe or yeah, I don't know.
Okay. And do you have a fond memory or experience with your host family that you feel like sharing today?
Yeah, I haven't been here for very long yet, so but just every time we're together, like spending time together is a fun memory. Like yesterday we had a barbecue and the boys were jumping on the bouncy house and we were braaiing. I don't know how you can say that in any other way. So that's like really fun. Just like any time I have with them, it's super fun. Like, yeah.
That's nice. And do you ever share some of your home cooked meals or some of your experiences from home with them to exchange the culture both ways?
Yes, definitely. And it also really benefits because the previous OP was South African, so they know all about braaibroodjies, braaivleis. They know all about the South African dishes. It's just really cool. I think today is Memorial Day here, so we're making braaibroodjies today, which is amazing, and I'm so happy about that. So yeah, I definitely share. And then if they do something or like they cook something, I'm like, oh, that's quite interesting. We do it similar, or by us it's just you add this and this and this, or yeah, definitely.
Nice. Thank you for joining us today and sharing a bit of your story.
It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
For everyone else that's watching, please remember to like and subscribe below. Thanks.